Hey, what's up? Today I'll be letting you guys know 10 tips I found that might be useful for you beginners. Now I know what you might be thinking, 10 tips, that's a lot. How am I ever going to be able to remember that many? That's why I went ahead and actually made 11, so there you go. The first tip is when you start out into the world, go ahead and come right over to this rock and pick up this water pouch. You can make your own, but who has the time, right? Tip number 2, now that you have your water pouch, you can bring it to any body of water and fill it up, like so. Just open your inventory and place it on your hotbar and push whatever key you made. For instance, mine is 1. You will know that it is full by looking at the bar on the bottom. It should be fully white. You can also drink straight from these water sources. On to tip number 3. I'd recommend keeping your base around this area because there are a lot of things that want to kill you and only get harder the farther north you go. Also try to build near trees, stone, and a water source, at least at the beginning to help you get set up. Number 4, spiders are your worst nightmare. Try to avoid them at all costs until you have some decent gear. They usually attack in 2 to 3 hungry packs and apply a stacking, crippling poison that slows you and does more damage per stack. If you happen to run into one, keep running in a serpentine formation. Usually helps me a bit. Try and jump off a cliff, do anything to get away in the beginning because they're nothing to mess around with. Halfway done, tip number 5. Oh wait, I forgot to put 11. Anyway, when you're gathering plant fiber, you will also be collecting insects. They don't provide much when it comes to sustenance, but they can be a lifesaver if you forgot to throw some shrimps on the barbie. Number 6, speaking of barbecues, to craft or cook, most things require a fuel source, the material or meat you want to cook, and then just simply press the turn on button. You'll see down on the bottom right hand side if the thing you are trying to make or cook is, well, being made or cooked. When you are done, make sure to turn it back off because it will continue to burn your fuel if left on. Number 7 tip, when you're trying to get bark or just more bark from trees, I have found that you get a higher yield rate if you use your pickaxe as opposed to your axe to chop down trees. Not sure why you can't just peel the bark off with your hands, like a man, but this is the world we live in and you must hit the tree with your bloody pickaxe. Number 8, while gathering stone, you may notice that there are 2 separate stones next to each other at times. Well, go get in the right spot and try hitting in the middle of each. You will mine both at the same time. Efficiency is key, my friends. Tip number 9 is that you're going to want to get a furnace and blacksmith up ASAP because then you can craft iron tools that will double your gathering rates. To craft iron bars, you will need coal and iron ore. These can be found up near the base of mountains. Iron is bluish gray and coal is black for all you good boys and girls that never suffered Santa's wrath. The 10th tip is if you want to delete a misplaced wall or any other structure, just go ahead and walk right up to it and hold E. Make sure you have selected the right one and go ahead and use the dismantle option. If you are destroying things on top of one another, make sure you start from the top and work your way down, because if you delete the bottom support, everything will come crashing down and you will only get that one structure's resources back. Alright, the 11th and final tip is to make sure that you make a bedroll and push E on it once it is finished. Otherwise, if you die, you will spawn back out in the dunes and will have to run naked back to your home. Not again. So there's some tips that will help you start out in the unforgiving wastelands. Let me know some of your guys' tips and leave a like if any of mine helped you out. Have a great week, and until next time, this is Death Chill signing off.